So I'm going to use a micro example to describe a macro concept, a micro problem. So I just saw a video where DDG was performing and he gave the mic to a fan. And when the fan had the mic, like he started rapping along, then he rapped along. And then like it got to the point where he had the mic for a little minute, so he just started turning up with people around him. Everybody around him was turning up. And DDG was turning up too. I think it was DDG. I wanted it to be DDG at least. Um, and I was like, dang, like that had to have been such a good moment, like just for him too. Like he gave him the mic, he let him have it, he was turning up with him, and then bro had it for a little minute. And you could kind of see like the shift in energy, like go up. And I was just like, dang, like it also reminded me like in my heart of hearts, I usually have good things to say about DDG because like I respect him. I think bro's a genius. I think he's a very dedicated, consistent person. I think that um, he's been able to accomplish a lot for his life. I think that um, the way he came into things was, I just think he's a pioneer. I look at DDG like a personal pioneer. You know what I'm saying? In a different degree in my life. As far as like men that I look at got things done and really elevate themselves and built brick by brick. I would say DDG and Illuminati are two people that I see that got that level of self sufficiency, perceived self sufficiency. Not even just perceived. I think that uh, either it matters of physical or in the spirit or just as far as masculinity in general. I think they've evolved brick by brick. I look at them, you know, and I respect them for that. And so I reminded me of times when I said things about or even thought things. It's really when I say said things, who am I? But it's really about as a human what I have thought about you in my heart. I've thought things that haven't been so good, or I've said things. But the reason why I say it hasn't been so good is because it was mainly just whatever people online were saying, and I had to understand to always really truly align with what I think in my heart of hearts rather than just being allowing my thoughts or anything I feel in my heart to be manipulated by social media, because that's the whole point. Because when I talk to people about DDG, they don't really know anything about him, but they do know whatever the common story is online says about him. And then so my thing is this is the micro, right? This is just the small principle. But if we take this principle and we apply it to a greater scale in life, then my question to you is, what is something that you only know about only because of what people say about, but you've never actually observed it for yourself? Because it took for me forming a genuine respect for DDG. I didn't watch DDG growing up. I watched I'm Dante growing up. And a little bit of Illuminati, but never too much of Illuminati because I didn't really like playing too much 2K. But my connection to either one of them, when it came to Illuminati, it was because when I was going on my own spiritual phase, like really prioritizing walking in the spirit or coming fresh off the previous lessons I was when I was as I was walking in the spirit, Illuminati had first interest spiritual soul. It was after X died. So these two events, so me walking in the spirit and X dying in 2018, led to me seeing life at a different degree. And so Illuminati spoke the language of the degree where we were, and or where he was, and it was the same language, and I bonded with bro. You know what I'm saying? I formed a bond from my heart for him, just because out of respect. And then when I really decided to take this direction of content creation, online creation serious in my heart before anything else in the real life in my heart, when I decided to, I began to look at DDG and I began to respect him too. And when I saw I want to be a dad, I am gonna be a dad. And when I saw DDG, when I saw DDG like have Halo and how he acted towards him, I respected him off of that. And so it's these things that made me be like, you got to listen to what your heart of hearts is saying. Don't allow your heart of hearts to be controlled and you think that's your heart when in reality your heart is saying something different. I don't know. It's a good reminder for me too. Even right now, I realize I need to listen to my heart more about things. But remember, everything you do flows from your heart. So that's why it's important.